Am I live? 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 I am live. Awesome. Okay, I've got straight hair there. How's everyone doing? Can you hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. It is time already. That's crazy. I've got a drink this time. I managed to go out to the shop today because I got people like, "Where is your wine?" So I've got something to drink today. Actually, let me top that up a bit. Say hi when you come on here. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name's Trust. The channel is called Nigerian XJW Speaks, and I usually make weekly videos on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, but I am doing this monthly live streams as well, and this is sort of the first of the ones on the routine. The last one was due to the memorial, and that was on the 7th, I believe. I think it was on the 7th of April. So I decided to come on live for that and have a catch up. Let's see who is here. Let me know when you're here on the live chat. I can see there's a few of you. Say hello. So I'm talking to myself. So why I wanted to set this up was to give us I don't know. Right, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want to have more interaction. I want to have more back and forth. And like I said the last time, I wish I could see you guys as well, the way you can see me. So it's that two-way thing, just to catch up. So that's why towards the end of the month to see how's the month been. You know, if there's anything on our minds to talk about or just hang out. You know, that's the idea. So let's see who is on. Actually, let me check this is working properly. See, are we live there? Okay, yep, it's definitely on. It's definitely on. I will keep this on as well and put this sound down. There we go. Okay, so it's definitely happening. I made it a little bit later this time for the US people. I hope this is a bit better because I think, is it like 60% of the people who watch my videos are based in the US? Really appreciate your support there. If you come on, give the video a like as well. Give it a big thumbs up thing. I never know whether to say like or thumbs up. Yeah, do that. Let me know when you come on as well. So how's April been? It's been a strange month for most of us globally, right? With the lockdown in different parts of the world. Hope your families are well. Fortunately, yeah, I've not known anyone personally that's been impacted. But of course, you know, with school closing and my son's at home. So it's definitely making his presence felt with the amount of food he's eating. Oh my goodness. Anyone has boy children, goodness me, he eats a lot. I love it though, but it's like, oh my goodness. By the time he's 14, I keep telling him, you're going to have to get a job to pay for your food because this is just excessive. I can see more people coming in. Say hi, let me know you're here. So I'm not talking to myself. And if you're drinking something, let me know. What are you drinking? Tea, coffee, something stronger? You know, what are you doing? I know some people will be back to work tomorrow, so gotta cap it at 1. Fortunately, I can work from home, which is great, and so that's what I normally do anyway. So it's not been that much change there. It's just trying to do it with a kid in the house. That's the challenge. But we're a few weeks in now, nearly 4 or 5 weeks, so it's good. Okay, I have actually just come off a seminar before jumping on here. So I've been on this screen for some time now. There was an online seminar that was happening with a coach, sort of same thing along the lines of moving forward and how to, I guess, restructure your life after you've left the witness faith, and you know, just some ideas and strategies for for moving forward as authentically as possible and really making the most of what your potential is. So I thought that was really nice to listen to. If anyone here is at that point where they're ready to, I guess, grab life by the balls, as you say, what are you doing to support with that? It'd be cool to know. Okay, so you must be a very quiet lot today because I don't see any comments. So if you watch this later on, because of course I'm going to post it up when I finish, let me know if the time sort of was too early for you, too late, or didn't work, so I can adjust that, because the point is to have you on here, not to or am I misunderstanding things? So I can see that there's 4 of you on, but when I go on the participants thing, I can't see anything. Ooh, now there's 5. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how this works. This is hilarious. Okay. So what I wanted to, I guess, yes, I did want to catch up with you guys, but since you're not here yet, I'm going to talk through my month, how it's been and all of that. So, of course, I can't believe it was on the 23rd of March, officially the UK sort of started to shut things down and school and all of that good stuff. So there's obviously been changes in terms of being active. So my karate lessons, yes, I do karate, believe me, I'm a yellow belt. So that got cancelled, which was a shame. Even worse than that was my dance classes, which had to stop as well. Really gutted for that. I'm looking forward to that restarting when everything goes back to normal. So in terms of activity, that sort of slowed down a bit. Of course, like the school run and things. I think, in general, I'm someone that likes being home anyway. Whether or not that's good for me or not, who knows? But I tend to stay home. But every now and again, it's nice to be persuaded to come out and hang out with friends, but they've not been able to do that. So that's been a shame. What else has really changed? Let me see. There's been a change in sort of course, being able to get food. So well, you kind of take what you can get, especially if you're trying to shop online in places you haven't bought before, or the delivery is taking a bit too long to come. And so it's just, a bit trickier to get stuff coming. So those are the sorts of changes. So, I completely understand in the grand scheme of things, that is nothing at all. There are people that have obviously lost family members all over the world, thousands of people. Yeah. Which leads me to, I have a question for you guys. I want to know what you think. So, you may or may not have heard, I'm sure most of us have, there are people sort of saying there is a connection between the current pandemic to 5G, and there is a school of thought, a theory out there that it is the frequencies from 5G that's actually causing some of the symptoms that people who supposedly have this thing are experiencing. You guys heard that? If you've heard that, let me know. Comment below. What do you guys think of that? That's the first thing. For me, I feel like it's hard to know what to believe sometimes and where to go to get reliable information. Because when you hear a lot of stuff, you don't even know if you can trust the official sources. whether there's an agenda. I mean, of course, sometimes the theory goes completely wild. The whole talk of there is a cabal for us from our background, a bit like a governing body that's calling the shots globally. And I don't know, it sounds far-fetched to me that there's such a thing, but like I said, you don't really know where to get reliable information. So let me know, have you guys heard that? What do you think about that? And does anybody have somewhere where you can actually get reliable information, like something that's testable? Now, so for example, for me, let me not touch my microphone. My background is in sciences. So I did pharmacology, of course, leading up to that, doing physics and chemistry and biology and all of that. And so I am very much like of the mindset of I want things to be testable, reproducible, that someone else can pick that up anywhere and test your theory and it's going to pan out. And so when you don't have that, I tend to really question it. But what I want to know from you guys, do you think, either having been one of the Jehovah's Witnesses in the past, do you feel like that makes us more susceptible, more easy to get taken in by conspiracy theories? I'm not saying that necessarily this is or it isn't, but do you think that we're more likely to be taken in by things like that? What do you think? I hope I'm live. If I'm live, then you lot are super quiet. Do you just like me talking? That's fine, if that's what you want to do. So yeah, do you think that makes us more susceptible to accepting stuff like that? This sort of, or does it make us less so? My theory, this is not proven anywhere, but I have no way to show it. I feel like it probably does, because I've heard some stuff. I've heard some stuff. I don't know whether it's from a place of mistrust. Like if you've woken up and you feel like your trust was broken and people took advantage of you, you're more likely then to always want to have like the underdog and not sort of take the mainstream perspective. It'd be good to know what you guys think. You quiet lot today. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I think about that. The next thing, I guess, sort of leading on to that, I would like to get your take on when you eventually start talking. So if you're here and you've left and you've woken up and you're trying to live your life outside this, how do you go about checking if something's true? Like, do you have any hints, tips, or I guess your checks that you do to make you know whether something's true or not? What are your sort of, what's on your checklist, I guess, that you go through to check whether something's true? I would like to know. And if I get some really good ideas, I might compile that together and make it into a video, because I think that's something that probably be really useful for a lot of people. Just that process of sifting through what is true and what isn't, especially if you've been lied to before or something like that. So for me, I was thinking about this, and two things that like I definitely know that I do, because I like to consider myself skeptical, is one, listening to the opposition. Like, I don't want to live in an echo chamber. I don't only want to hear people that agree with me, that agree with what I say. I want to hear the other side as well. And I do this with the sort of news outlet that I listen to. listening to a variety there, so that I want to hear what argument they have on the other side as well. I don't want to just be in a bubble where everyone's saying the same thing. I feel like if your argument, if your position is solid, then it should be able to withstand hearing opposing views. You should be able to hear that and be able to reason that, look at it critically, because if your goal is truth, then you want to follow it wherever it takes you. So for me, that's one thing that I've noticed as I was thinking about this. Is something that I do to sort of hear both sides and then either come to a conclusion or leave it and say jury is still out, which is fine as well. And that sort of leads me to the point number 2 for the next thing that I think that I do to help me discover if something's true, is not falling for false dichotomies. And I think as ex-witnesses, that is something that we can be vulnerable to or get caught out by, because all our lives, if you've been born in like I was, there are two sides. You're either on Jehovah's side or you're with Satan. That's it. There's these two groups and you're in either one of them. They have songs called Take Sides with Jehovah, Be on Jehovah's Side. And it's this sort of false dichotomy of there's this side or this side. And the real world is a bit less black and white like that. There's a lot more gray going on in the real life. And so not get caught into this, it has to be this or that. If I'm right, it means you're wrong. Or if you're wrong, it means I'm right. Because if you're coming from that point of view, you probably won't get to the truth, which might be somewhere in the middle of that. So being, I guess, less black and white in my thinking and being open to the possibility that, you know, there could be more than two options. There could be more than that. So I can see more of you coming on now, and you've missed out on a lot of the conversation, which I'm sure you're going to go back and catch up on. But my question was, after you giving the video a like, is how do you go about working out whether something's true now that you've either left or are leaving the witness faith? What are some tips or some strategies that you implement to make sure that something you're accepting is true? Do you have a checklist? Is this something that's important to you? Well, I hope it is, that something's true, but how do you go about checking that? And I've just shared two things that I do. Happy to hear more, because, you know, we can all learn from each other. But yeah, so hearing the other side, not falling for false dichotomies. Those are the two things I have on my list. Okay, so what are we on now? About 18 minutes in. I can see you guys on here, unless YouTube's playing off the way Facebook does. Where it's like there's people there, it doesn't show you, or it show you there's people, and there isn't. I don't know. Technology goes crazy sometimes. But yeah, that was what I wanted to talk about in terms of that topic. That's not related to catching up for the month. So we're going into May now. If there's any particular topics that you want to talk to me about, that you want me to talk about rather in the month of May for the weekly videos, feel free to send me a message for that. Actually, let me drop my email. So you can either put it in the comment or send me an email, something you want me to talk about, then I'll be happy to do that, or at least consider it. Consider it, definitely. And then I'm thinking, I've not done much of this. If you are someone who is, if you want me to share your story either anonymously or if you're happy to share your face and your name, you know, feel free to let me know as well. With a focus on how, like, Not okay. It doesn't have to be focused on that, because I know we're all in different stages. But if you're ready to move on, or at least consider it, to heal, to recover, because there are 1,000,001 channels out there sort of covering, right, what the witnesses are doing, what's wrong with it. For me, I want what I do more of a slant on, right, how are we going to move forward? How are we going to go on to live our best lives? So, but I'm happy to hear your story, what you're doing now, how you're moving forward, or what you're hoping to do if you haven't done it yet. So what the plans are. So that can be either you write to me and I share your story, or we can arrange an interview and film that and post it as well. That's absolutely fine too. Okay, let me have my drink for a bit, see if anyone's coming on, or no, not coming on, because I can see you here. You're just quiet. You are shy today. So it's the 26th of April. So it's coming up to payday, if not already payday for a lot of people. How are you finding the lockdown impacting spend? Yeah, in my business that I run as a budget coach, you find that there are areas that spending has gone down quite a lot. So things like maybe childcare and transport, and then food spend's going up. That's been hilarious. Well, it's not hilarious, but interesting to see. Yeah, so lots of things I want to hear from you guys. And like I said, if you have like any good strategies and tips for checking that something's true, put it in the comments, and I might put them all together and make a video, because we want to help. We want to help people that are either questioning the faith or have left and still having doubts, to gain from our experience. And it doesn't matter how you might think it's irrelevant. It might just be what someone needs to know, how they can go about proving to themselves whether something is true or not. It has been many weeks since I had one. So had a glass of wine, and so I thought I'd go to the shop today, since I was going to be live tonight, to have something. Okay, let me check again. Give the video a like when you come on. And like I said, if there's a time that's better for you, let me know. Throw your suggestions at me. That will make it easier for you guys to make it, because this is not fun being by myself. Anyway, I'm not gonna stay indefinitely. Let's see, what are we on? 23 minutes in. I'll stay for another couple of minutes. So I think 25 minutes, that's a good run for a live slot, right? So 25 minutes that I'm gonna hop on. I can see the likes. That's good. That's awesome. Thank you. Much appreciated. Good. But I wanted to have a conversation with you guys as well, to see how your month's been, and all the questions that I wanted to have a conversation about. Not to worry, it's early days. Like I said, it's only the first proper sort of monthly live stream. So I'm sure we'll get better at this and plan our time better so we can have the most people on here. Oh, 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. Here's your chance. Say hi, say hello. Let's see. I know most of you are in the US, so always good to see you guys. But I'll tell you what I don't know, though. The different time zones in the US and how they work. That is so confusing. So for my job, I have colleagues that are based in Lancaster. So I just about figure out. Hello, David. Oh, the first person to comment. That's awesome. How are you? Yeah. So I can just about figure out what their time zone is. The rest of them, I can't. So that's why it's going to be tricky. David, I was just saying it's up to nearly 25 minutes and I was going to head off because I've been yapping away to myself for the last 25 minutes. And when I upload the video, you can go and catch up. There's some things I want your input on, your feedback. I want to hear from you, see how you're doing. And yeah. Okay, cool. Well, it's good to have you on anyway. I hope you have a fantastic next week because it's Monday tomorrow. It's all starting again. And I will see you on the next one. Okay, excellent. Take care, guys. Bye.